ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं दैवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So today we'll be discussing something which is extremely scientific, physics perhaps, and how the great philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam and Vedic teachings in general, they have reconciled a harmony between scientific understanding and spiritual understanding, which in general are considered as two different or very opposite ideologies in the world. In science, there are two concepts which are extremely intriguing. Is the concept of time and the concept of space. Scientists over the last many hundreds of years have tried their level best to somehow explain these two phenomena. Haven't been successful with the absolute, but they continue to explore. The great Indian Vedic theology or philosophy, the concept of time and space, both are attributed to the supreme divinity. So Krishna tells in Gita that he is time, that he is the all-controlling time. In the Mahabharata, there is a conversation which is happening between King Yudhishthira and the grandfather Bhishma. Yudhishthira was very disturbed at the end of the Mahabharata war. Millions of people died. Yudhishthira took it on his own personal accountability that he was responsible for the death of all these hundreds and thousands of people, soldiers. He was very, very sad. And Dhaumya Rishi, Vyasadeva, Krishna himself, they could not really convince Yudhishthira to come to a composure, an equilibrium of mind. So Krishna proposed that, let's go to hear from Bhishma. Yudhishthira and all the Pandavas, they come near Bhishma, who was on the bed of arrows at that point of time. The part of the discussion was that there is this great series of verses which Bhishma spoke, celebrated as Vishnu Sahasranam, 1,000 celebrated names of Vishnu. And the context was that Yudhishthira was asking Bhishma, who should be the object of worship? Whom should we worship? Who is the person who is qualified to be worshipped? What is the way of worshipping? And as an answer to this, Bhishma started speaking that here there is Krishna, the personality of Godhead, supreme divinity standing in front of you, and I'm going to recite this 1,000 names of Vishnu now. The first name of Vishnu in this great celebrated 1,000 names of Vishnu is Vishwam. The verse starts something like Om Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. So the first word there is Vishwam, means the entirety of creation, is the animate, inanimate, whatever we perceive, the entirety of creation is called as Vishwa, that which is all pervasive. That's the meaning of Vishwa. Comes from the dhatu Visha, means all pervasiveness. Okay? Vishwam. The entirety of created universe is called as Vishwam. And that is the first name of Vishnu. So that's entirety of space put together is Vishwam. And the personality behind the entirety of space is Vishnu, the same dhatu. So this is the great mystery, or the greatest scientific or the greatest spiritual understanding a seeker can arrive at, that there is supreme divinity spread across everywhere in the entirety of creation. Every single minutest particle, the energy behind that is the supreme divinity. And the supreme divinity can manifest from wherever. It is not contained. In Sri Brahma Samhita, there is a statement, Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. The supreme divinity, Govinda, Krishna, he is there in every single atom and in between the space of two atoms. So that's the mystery. A sincere seeker needs to eventually arrive at this conclusion that Vishnu is all pervasive, or the other way around, in fact, that the person who is all pervasive is Vishnu. And that's how the language evolved. Right? That's the literal meaning of the word Vishnu, one who is all pervasive. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is an instance where Krishna showed this amazing, enchanting attribute of his and bewildered the most intelligent person in the entirety of creation. It's Brahma, whose body is made with complete intelligence. It's just buddhi. And our body is made with Panchamahabhutas. We have earth, water, fire, air, ether, the Panchamahabhutas which are making this body. And then there is mana and some buddhi and an ego. And then Atma is there. We have studied this in Gita to the greatest extent. However, Devatas, for example, they don't have body made of Panchamahabhutas. They don't have earth, water, fire and ether. Their body is made with Most significant factor there is mana. So they can operate in the speed of mind basically. They have intelligence, ahankar, there is atma. But Brahma, there is not even mind there, it's fully intelligence. There is so much of intelligence that he can actually create stuff. Right? That's Brahma. Now, even to this greatest intelligent person, Krishna was a mystic. When Krishna was there in Vrindavan, every day he would go out with his childhood friends, herding cows. So there was a day in which it was a day of Krishna's brother Balaram. It was his birthday. And Mother Yashoda packed lunch for Krishna. Balaram took a leave that day from herding cows. He didn't go for herding. It was his birthday. All the other boys, they joined Krishna. They all went to the forest. At that point of time, Krishna was not having the control of cows yet. They were only herding calves because they were small children. They would take care of calves. So they all went to the forest. And as a daily routine, they would just imitate birds. They would imitate monkeys. They are trying to jump on each other. They are playing with different fruits as ball, and they are having forest flowers and herbs. They are just playing with very simple things. Somebody is decorating with flowers. And so in their playful pastimes, they all came across a place which was not there the day before. The boys saw that there is just a gigantic mountain looking place which was not there before. It looked like a cave, but not really a cave because there's also a foul smell coming from it. So the boys started discussing that, hey, what is this thing? Is this a creature? Looks like a playful cave, but is this danger here? Should we be worried? Or should we play? And they're just conversing, and then eventually they decide, anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we can go and play. If there is something, Krishna is here, Krishna will protect. So with that conclusion, they all just entered this cave-looking place. And Krishna was at a distance. He was shouting at his friends, please don't go, don't go. This is a demon, don't go there. The boys really didn't matter, they were all already inside. And this cave-looking object was in fact a demon by name Aghasura. Agha in Sanskrit means sin. This person was sinful personification. He was so sinful. His whole name was Aghasura. He was so fully filled with sins. And he was having mystic powers, because of which he could just take the body of this huge python, and the lower end of the jaw was on the ground and the upper end was in the sky. The mouth was so huge. People didn't even understand what is this object. It was so big. Krishna understood. This is a demon. And nobody had really cared for Krishna's instructions. They had all already gone inside the mouth and they had seemingly lost their lives. But the demon was still waiting for Krishna to arrive. He was not closing his mouth yet, because he was specifically there in Vrindavan that day to devour Krishna. His single object in life was to kill Krishna. So now Krishna decided, yes, I need to go and handle the situation. Then he started going in. He He went to the mouth of the python and just entered the mouth. As soon as Krishna entered the mouth, the python just closed the mouth in anticipation to kill Krishna. However, Krishna being the Supreme Personality, he knew that this python wants to kill him. But Krishna being who he is, this python's strength was nothing in front of Krishna's strength. And Krishna just choked the person, big python, just killed the python effortlessly. And all the covered boys, calves, which were all there in the body of the python, they were all brought outside. Krishna, with his glance, everybody came back to life. And the Atma of this great demon, Aghasura, the Devatas saw that this Atma actually went out from the body of the dead python and entered the body of Krishna. And everybody showered flowers. All the Devatas showered flowers on Krishna. Krishna, such an amazing activity. He just killed Aghasura. One less burden on earth. The boys were extremely hungry. They were like, yeah, now we need to go and eat. Their mothers would pack some things and they started finding a place to eat. It was already late. So everybody started going searching for a place. Eventually they found a place where there was nice green grass. So they let the calves eat the fresh grass there, and they all found a nice place to sit and eat also. So when they started eating, the usual etiquette or the usual culture every day was that they would sit in a way that Krishna is in the center and everybody is there surrounding Krishna. Everyone would feel that Krishna is just with me. You see, we as conditioned living beings, we can't be there everywhere. If I'm outside the hall, I'm only outside. If I'm inside the hall, I'm only inside. I can't be at both the places simultaneously. It's just not possible for me. Krishna can do that. If I'm with one person, I'm with that person. I cannot be with few people together simultaneously, talking with them, interacting with them, exchanging ideas with them. It's just impossible for me to do all these kind of things. I just can't do it. I can be with one person, relate with one person, talk with one person. But for Krishna, it's just his nature. He can just handle hundreds and thousands of people, or entities, or other people. Everyone simultaneously he can deal with. He can exchange love, he can interact with them, he can talk with them, he can eat with them, he can do everything simultaneously with a lot of people. So every boy would feel that Krishna is just with me. And I'm so happy with that. On that moment, they were all exchanging their sweet pastimes. They would also exchange food. Boys sitting together, they're eating together, they would just have whatever their mothers packed for them on that day, they would exchange. And on that day, Krishna had brought yogurt and rice. So Bhagavatam is so descriptive. It even tells what was the lunch of Krishna on that day. Krishna had bought yogurt and rice. So something strange happened at that point of time, that the boys suddenly saw that the calves were not there anymore. And all the boys became very afraid, extremely frightened that, oh, we don't have the calves anymore. Where are they? And Krishna assured them that, don't worry, I'll go and find all these calves. I'll come back. So Krishna actually left with the yogurt and rice which he was having in his hand. He left with that to go and search for the calves. Srimad Bhagavatam describes that Krishna went around, he went on the mountains, he went to the riverside, he walked around quite a lot of distances, he just couldn't find any calf whatsoever. And eventually he comes back and he sees that none of his friends are also there. They just disappeared, they're just gone, they're just not there anymore. So what had happened was that Brahma, who had also witnessed that Krishna had just killed Aghasura, and when he saw this interaction of Krishna with all the cowherd boys, Brahma decided that he wants to also show his own abilities to Krishna. So he happened to kidnap all the calves and all the childhood boyfriends of the Gopas from the scene. So eventually, of course Krishna knows everything, but with the potency of Yoga Maya, Krishna was really not knowing what's going on, but then eventually he understands, this is the job of Brahma, he has kidnapped. So effortlessly, Krishna at that moment expanded as every single calf and every single covered boy. He wanted to have this game with Brahma. Krishna thought that, Brahma wants to have this, let me reciprocate. So, when we think of any person whatsoever, whosoever, doesn't matter, everybody has a very specific style of how they dress, they comb their hair, in modern times how they wear their shirts or pants, or what color, what they like, what they don't like. In olden times they would have like dhoti and chadar and bugles, and these were cowherd boys. They would have bamboo sticks with flutes, and so everybody had a very particular way of decorating themselves with forest flowers and wearing garlands, and everything was all different for everyone. And Krishna replicated every single person, the way they are, precisely how they are, without even 1% of deviation. Nobody could tell that this is not, for example, this particular calf, or this is not this particular cowherd boy. So just in a very normal setup, Krishna just went back. Something very interesting thing happened once they're all back. You see, in modern times, there are love stories which people are fascinated about, and everybody speaks about it. All the movies are made on this, but the love of Vrindavan is next level. Every single day, the entirety of Vrindavan, they were waiting. Krishna will come now, and they will see long ahead of the time of Krishna actually coming to the land of Vrindavan. They would see the dust of the Vraja raising high in the sky because of the cows. This is the celebrated Godhuli Muhurta, which happens in the evening time every day. The dhuli, the dust particles of Vraja, they would raise high in the sky because of thousands of cows coming towards, and entirety of Vrindavan, they would come to the gate of the village, wherein they would get to see Krishna. And there were so many of them. The moment they would see Krishna, they would just faint. Which real life situation we can have this kind of intensified love, wherein we see our beloved and we just faint? It just cannot happen with normal circumstances. Only possible with Krishna. So the entirety of village, they welcomed Krishna and all the boys and all the calves. Little they knew that these were not their sons. The cows had no idea that these were not the calves which they used to be. This is all Krishna's the grandest exhibition of beauty and charm. So all the parents, they were so much infected with the love of Krishna that they were getting to serve Krishna in their house now, which was their wish always. This is not normal. A parent loves only their son or daughter more than somebody else's. We never have a situation when I have a son or daughter, but I love someone else's son more. It's just never the case. We always love our son the most, our daughter the most. But in Vrindavan, because it was Krishna, every single parent, they loved Krishna more than their own son or daughter. All the cows loved Krishna more than their own calves. But on this day, they were feeling such ecstatic emotions because it was Krishna who was there with them in the form of all the boys, all the calves. And life was just normal. Please pause for a second. So no one literally figured out what was going on. But one thing was very clear, they would love their children so much. The amount of love which was being exhibited in their heart was out of normal. It was just not normal at all. But they didn't know why. So they just continued being great parents, both cows and humans. When the calves would come to drink milk from the mother of this calf would get so happy, just start licking the body of the calf so much. And when the father and the mother of the covered boys, when they would pick their sons, love them, they would cry tears, kiss them. There's so much of outpouring of love which was happening. And interestingly, nobody knew. And Balaramji also had no idea because he had missed out. On that particular day, it was his birthday, he didn't go. That was the day when Akasura was killed. That was the day when Brahma had kidnapped. It was the day when Krishna had expanded. So Balaram had no idea what's going on. However, when it was close to almost a year, one day Balaram witnessed something which was extraordinary. He just couldn't rationalize this. So Krishna and Balaram were standing, and Balaram saw that the calves were grazing the bottom of the mountain. All the cows were there on top of mountain. They were grazing on the top. Calves were the bottom. The boys were also on the bottom. The elderly gopas were herding the cows on the top of the mountain. Now, the moment all the cows saw that their calves are down, they started running. However, at this point of time, these were not necessarily their youngest calves anymore. They had other calves which were younger. But when they saw this set of calves, they started running down the mountain so fast. All the cowherdmen became so agitated that all the cows are running so fast. Why? So they started coming down also, but they couldn't run that fast. When the cows are really excited and running, their tails are up. Srimad Bhagavatam tells that the cows are running so fast and the tails are up. It's as if cows have 2 legs. Cows have 4 legs. But they were running so fast, as if it looked, they only have 2 legs. So fast. And the moment they came down on the hill, they came to their calves and they started licking the body of these calves so much, with so much of intensity and love, that it looked as if they're going to devour all these calves now. They're licking with so much of intensity. And Balaram was so confused, like, what's going on here? Why are these cows loving their calves so much? And eventually, the covered men, they all came down the hill. They were so angry. But the moment they saw their children were with these calves, all their anger went away. They picked their children. They were crying and kissing. And Balaram was so lost with this. Like, what's going on, Krishna? Like, what is this? This is not normal. What is going on? So even for Balaram, the entirety of action went on for a year almost. He had no idea what's going on. But then Krishna explained to them, this is the reason. Right? It's all me. Brahmaji has stolen. Now, at the end of 1 year, the same day when again Balaram's birthday, Balaram didn't go. And on that day, Brahmaji thought, I'll go and take a look what's going on. So he came to see. And to his utter amazement, entirety of scene was exactly like how it was before. All the boys are there, all the calves are there. It's all just life in general, how it's going on in Vrindavan. Same life. Brahma became so confused. What is this? How is this possible? I have stolen all the boys. I have put them in Yoga Nidra. How is it possible that all these boys are there, all these calves are there? How is this possible? Goes back and sees, oh, they are there. Comes back and sees, they are here. See, Brahma operates in a very different timeline than how we understand time as. This is relativity of time, which modern science also speaks about. So Brahma's time is different from our time. For him, moments, but there is already a year here. As we go up in the planetary system, time dilation concept basically. Longer the time here, shorter the time there as we go up. As we go down in the planetary system, there are 14 planetary systems as per Vedic understanding. Earth time is larger than the lower planetary systems. But when we go up, that time is, for them, short amount is a long amount here. So, anyway, so Brahma, short time, Earth almost already a year. But Brahma is so confused. He's just not able to understand how is this? What exactly is going on? And to make Brahma confused even more and bewilder Brahma even more, every single one of the calves, every single one of the cowherd boys changed into an entire Brahmanda with Lord Vishnu in between. So when we say a universe is in the shape of an egg, and the entirety of creation is Vishnu. That's what it is. It's the entirety of creation. And Brahma saw not just a scaled down version. You know? And this concept is so intriguing. Like, how can you put, this is already a universe, this is a created space already. Imagine that you are in the room here. Is it possible to fit Amsterdam in this room? It just doesn't make sense, right? Like, this room has what, maybe 10 meter by 5 meter space, 50 square meter. How do you fit something which is thousands of square meters inside a room which is 50 square meters. It's just impossible. You just can't do it, right? Unless you scale that down. However, this is already inside. So Krishna, every single one of those boys, every single one of the calves, they became an entire Brahmanda. Right? Brahma could see that in every one of these Brahmanda, there is Vishnu there, there is a Brahma there is Lord Shiva there are all the Devatas there, even a microbe there. So Brahma could see. So this was not a scaled down version. If it was a scaled down version, or somehow there is it's a scale 1:100,000, 1:1 billion, whatever. And that this was not like that. This was an entirety of creation. The beauty is, how do you fit that in a space which is occupied by a cowherd boy or a calf? This is mind-blowing. Brahma was bewildered to the core. His four heads, which are filled with intelligence, the entire body filled with intelligence, just could not figure out how is this going on. What exactly has happened? He is seeing Vishnu everywhere. He is seeing entire Brahmanda surrounding Vishnu everywhere. He is just not able to figure out what's going on. That point of time, Brahma decided that this is it. This is the limit of my intelligence. I can't be really understanding Krishna anymore with my own intelligence. We can cut it later. Of course. So Brahma is just seeing so many boys everywhere, but these are not just boys anymore. It's just entirety of Brahmanda. Every single calf is a Brahmanda. Every single covered boy is a Brahmanda with Vishnu. All pervasive Supreme Personality of Godhead being worshipped by Brahma and Shiva and all the Devatas. This was just mind-blowing, intelligence-blowing. Brahma decided, I need to take shelter. So he bowed down at the feet of Krishna with all four of his heads touching Krishna's lotus feet. And when he got up, because he had taken a humble position, Krishna decided that he should give the vision to Brahma. So, something very beautiful happened that time. Krishna removed the curtain of Maya from the eyes of Brahma. So you see, our eyes are not trained to perceive Krishna. Even Brahma's eyes were not trained to understand Krishna's simplicity. When Brahma saw that Krishna is having childhood actions with all the covered boys, just sharing food, and Brahma was like, I want to show my power to this boy. So he had just, Srimad Bhagavatam tells that Brahma wanted to bewilder Krishna, but then God bewildered himself so much that there was just no way out. But by Krishna's mercy, Krishna removed the curtain of Maya from the eyes of Brahma, and then Brahma could see Vrindavan. For the first time, Brahma saw what is Vrindavan. And Vrindavan is a place where it is just simple love towards Krishna that overpowers everything else. Nobody really is inimical to each other. People cooperate to the best possibility to serve Krishna. Vrindavan is a place where there is no envy. Even seemingly envious animals like tiger and deer, they don't hate each other. They live harmoniously in Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a place where there is no quarrel. Vrindavan is a place where there is so much of cooperation in one central aspect of life, to serve Krishna, and nothing else. Just one idea of serving Krishna. that point of time, to make Brahma understand what's going on, Krishna showed this amazing action now. Krishna was there, just walking around, holding yogurt and rice in his hand, just searching, where are my calves? Where are my covered boys? He was just searching. Now, we all have cooked rice perhaps in our lives. We all have cooked so many things in our lives. This is impossible, right? It's impossible that we have cooked something which can stay for 1 year exactly how it was a year ago. Here there is Krishna in his hand having rice and yogurt. How he went searching for the calves and boys a year ago. He was having same yogurt and rice, and he was in front of Brahma now. Brahma is saying, and Brahma is so bewildered. How is this possible? And then Krishna sees the covered boys, and they all shouted, Krishna, Krishna, you came so fast. This was so fast. Here, there are all the calves. And you brought all the calves here. It's so nice. You came so fast, Krishna. And Krishna just went there. Brahma comes and he offers his prayers to Krishna. And he is just fool. He never understood Krishna's position. Krishna's all-pervasive Vishnu. He is the source of all-pervasive Vishnu. Brahma put himself in a very humble position and glorified Krishna in between. Goes back. And all the covered boys, they are so happy to be with Krishna. And on their way back, they see that there is a rotten body of this python lying around, because it's already been a year, but they didn't really care for it much. They all went home and they told to their parents, Mama, Papa, Krishna killed Aghasur today. This was the whole beginning of this chapter actually. When Krishna killed Aghasur, the chapter was, in that particular instance, Shukadeva Goswami tells to Maharaj Parikshit that this particular incident was told to the Brajvasis after a year. So Parikshit Maharaj became intrigued, like why after a year? Because every day when people, Krishna would kill, Krishna killed Bakasur today, Krishna killed this demon today, that demon today, they would just go and glorify Krishna so much. It was a just daily habit, but on this particular instance, the news was relayed a year later. So that's what caught Parikshit's attention, that what was that which made the boys tell the story 1 year later. And that's how Shukadeva Goswami comes back and started explaining this is what had happened. Now Sanatana Goswami gives a bit more explanation to what exactly has happened here. That there were definitely one set of boys which were there, which Brahma had kidnapped, and Krishna had expanded as one set of boys. But Sanatana Goswami tells there were 3 set of boys and calves, not 2, but 3. One set of boys who were there, they were there. What Brahma kidnapped was a replica. It was not the boys. Brahma could not touch Krishna's energy. Just like when the small kids come and they're like, Mama, I want to cook. You don't give them knives and things and a stove and gas, and you just give them play items. Oh yeah, here this is your gas stove, this is your vessel, this is your vegetables, you can cut, you can cook. And the children are very happy. Yeah, I'm cooking now today. And there is a whole playful kitchen for them. And the children are happy. So exactly like that, Krishna created a set of boys and calves which Brahma could steal and the original boys stayed there. That's why when Krishna, at the end of this Leela, when Krishna came, when the boys saw Krishna, they were like, Krishna, you came so fast. For them, it was just next moment. But the question is how? Right? So for them, Krishna just compressed the time. 1 year became next moment for them. And that's the meaning of Krishna being time. He can compress. Right? He can expand the way he likes. Same with the space. How did Krishna put an entire Brahmanda in a place of a cowherd boy? Because Krishna can do it. It's his energy. The entirety of creation is Krishna's. He's just there. He's there here also. If we have the vision of Prahlad, Prahlad saw everywhere. His father Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, where are you getting your energy from? How are you so strong? Prahlad told, I'm getting my energy from the same source where you get your energy, Papa. And then Hiranyakashipu asked, where is your Vishnu? Where is he? And Prahlad told, he's everywhere. Hiranyakashipu asked, is he there in this wall? Yeah, he's there in the wall. This was not theoretical for Prahlad. Prahlad had realized this, that he could visualize Krishna. He could see Krishna everywhere. It was not that Krishna was somewhere, he had to appear in this pillow as Narasimha to kill Hiranyakashipu. He is there already. If we have the vision to see, Premanjanachurita Bhakti Vilochanena, Brahma Samhita says, if our eyes are anointed with the ointment of love, we can see Krishna everywhere. As Brahma could see his vision of Vrindavan, he understood the simplicity, what makes Vrindavan. The love towards Krishna, what makes Vrindavan. And that can happen in our own hearts today, right now. So Krishna let Brahma steal just a fake set of boys and calves. The original boys and calves, they were just there. And very interestingly, Srimad Bhagavatam tells, their body from 5 years, it had become 6-year-olds. Okay? So every day, Krishna enacted as all the boys and calves. Anyways, Krishna would go and he would eat grass as calf. So the calves grew in 1 year. The boys grew in 1 year. And these boys who were sitting, they also had changed. From 5 to 6 years, children grow a lot. Okay? So they had changed. But that happened like this, in a fraction of a moment for them. They didn't really experience 1 year at all, so that's why they call, Krishna, you came so fast. For them, the entirety of 1 year was compressed into the next moment. And for the people of Vrindavan, for them there was no change. Life was just normal. It just went on. Normal. No problems. Brahma, he got a playful toys of calf and covered boys. They were just fake. So Krishna expanded, the original boys stayed in the place where they were, and Brahma stole just playful calves and the boys. So this pastime, it can be looked from different perspectives. One is, Krishna can do whatever. But the other perspective is this whole idea of time and space. You can see that Krishna, being time, he can compress and expand. It's his energy, it's what he is. For this set of boys who were there, they couldn't experience 1 year. They were just there. The question is how? That's beyond us. Space, how can you fit? Right? If there is a place for this pillow here, how can I put a mountain in that place? You need a bigger space to put the mountain. Right? I can't put a mountain in the space of this pillow unless I compress that mountain and bring it here. But then it's scaled down version. Krishna did not create a scaled down version models of all the universes to show some magic to Brahma. This was the entirety of Brahmanda which Brahma could see. That's why there is clear mention in Srimad Bhagavatam that Brahma could perceive from Lord Vishnu to Lord Shiva to Brahma who is there. We understand this multi-universe concept. It's not just one universe. Every universe has a Brahma and a Shiva and other devatas, all there. So in each universe, he could see greatest of the beings, also microbes, which means it was not a scaled down version. He could see it as is. Question is how? The reason is because this entirety in itself is Vishnu. Right? I have my body. I'm able to do like this because there is a central nervous system, right? I can control. In just simplest action, I'm able to make my fingers form a fist, right? I can expand, contract, because there is a central nervous system which is controlling the entire body. So the modern understanding of the universe expanding and contracting eventually, this can happen only if there is a central force which is operating through this phenomena. And Krishna is that phenomena, Vishnu is that phenomena. How? It's expanding and contracting eventually. Krishna tells in Gita, Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam potam sutre maniganaiva. He is the thread which is holding the entirety of creation. So he's there right now in everywhere around. Krishna is there. He's also there in our hearts. As Brahma Samhita told, in the beginning we were quoting this, inside every atom, in between two atoms, Krishna is there. It's just our vision which is not trained now to perceive Krishna. So the Vedic understanding of spirituality is not a spirituality wherein you search for a God who is somewhere. You achieve this person after you die. No. That's not our goal. We need to be able to experience Krishna now. Krishna tells in Gita 10th chapter that this idea of spirituality is a practical way of spirituality, is happily performed. Raja Vidya Raja Gohyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam. This is a superlative level of knowledge. Raja Vidya Raja Gohyam is very secret. Pavitram is very pure. Uttamam is the best. Then Krishna tells Pratyaksha Gavam Dharmyam. It says practice. You can actually experience this, not just theory. It's something to experience. Our understanding of spirituality is something which you experience, not just talk about, but experience it. That's what we strive for. We need to be able to realize Krishna in this life. Not that, I do something, there is some magic, I do some sadhana, and the end, because of some magic, I'm going somewhere. That's not our idea of spirituality at all. There is going to be, maybe there is some, in someone's life, there is some magic happening, but most of our lives, perhaps no magic is going to happen. So for that, we need to be putting a lot of efforts on a daily basis in doing our sadhana, in doing our reading of scriptures and purifying ourselves, and a lot of seva and a lot of purification. How it's going to come in different forms. We need to be able to accept that and purify ourselves, purify the ego, purify all the desires for sense enjoyment, purify the idea that I am God. So I need to get out of all these feelings, and eventually when I'm fully pure in this life or maybe next life, when I'm really pure, I can actually perceive Krishna. The other way around, when I perceive Krishna, I become very pure. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham eva anukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastha jnanadipena bhasvata. That to give special mercy to the people who are surrendered to me, I light the lamp of knowledge in their heart, with which they can come to me. All the ignorance is destroyed at that point of time. So it's Krishna's job to make sure that he gets us some purity and some clarity in spiritual life. It's not my own perspective, my own understanding, my own strength. I can't really achieve much. What I can do is sincerely desire. I can desire sincerely that I want to serve Krishna, to serve my fellow living beings. I want to contribute, not just consume. I need to change my mentality from being a consumer to a contributor to the society. everyone around. So when we actually submerge ourselves in spirituality, in Adhyatma, fully, in Seva, fully, with my mind, the words, the actions, that's when eventually we can attract Krishna's mercy. And when Krishna is happy, he will also come and open the darkness of ignorance. He will open the curtain of Maya from the eyes. The end of this Brahma Vimohana Leela, it's called Brahma Vimohana Leela because Brahma wanted to bewilder Krishna, but he himself got bewildered. Brahma prays to Krishna, Samashritaye padapallavaplavam mahat padam punya yesho murare bhavam buddhir vatsa padam param padam 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 yadvi padam natesha. If someone takes shelter of Krishna's service, Krishna's holy names, studying, serving, contributing, for that person, the entirety of creation, which is misery at every step, it will become the size of the entirety of ocean of material existence, becomes the size of a calf's hoof print. This is not an ocean anymore, it's the size of those. So Brahma is telling that the entirety of this Bhava Ambudhir, Ambudhi is an ocean. Entirety of this ocean becomes the size of a footprint of a calf, which is something like this. It's just like this size. If you fill water in that, how much water can you fill in this size? Not much. So the entirety of material existence, Bhavam Budhir, becomes just the calf's hoof print size, and that can be easily crossed over because of Krishna's support, Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, it is just misery at every step. Padam padam yad vipadam natesha. Every step there can be a misery. People misunderstand us. People sometimes hate us, sometimes love us, sometimes this, sometimes that. It's always duality. There is never going to be a situation that I'm only happy, I'm all content, I'm blissful, always. Just never going to be the case. Always going to be duality. It's miserable at the end because at the end we need to leave everything behind. So that's Brahma's conclusion. Brahma also tells, Tattenu kampam sushamikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam hrid vag vapurbhir vidadhan namaste jiveta yo mukti pade sadhaya bhak. So Brahma tells that if someone can serve Krishna with their mind, body and senses all the time, taking whatever is coming to them, whichever situation they are put into, as part of their own karma and not of anyone else's contribution, just my own karma coming upon me. If a devotee can live like that and continue to serve with their mind, body and words constantly, taking every single situation as mercy of Krishna. Krishna is showing his mercy, so this is happening to me. For that person, Mukti Pada, or getting liberation, perfection, it becomes inheritance. So he will get it anyways. Daya Bhag is something one gets by default. If my father is wealthy, has a lot of wealth, son gets it automatically, or daughter gets it automatically. It's just inheritance, you get it. So Brahma is telling, if someone can serve Krishna irrespective of what's going on in their lives, understanding that every situation is created because of Krishna's special mercy, for that person, Bhakti, perfection in Bhakti is just inherited. They don't need to worry about it. It will just happen because Krishna is there. So that's Brahma's conclusion. This Brahma Leela is very, very, very significant for devotees for multiple reasons. One of the reasons is, of course, also scientific, which we discussed about, but there is also a great teaching here about what is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a place where there is no envy. As discussed, we touched upon it before. And that can be created anywhere. That's the beauty. It can be created in our hearts. If we can somehow or the other raise above envy, we hate each other for whatever reason. If we can start cooperating, straight away Vrindavan is achieved. As long as, of course, Krishna is in the center. Krishna has to be in the center. So there are great paintings in Srila Prabhupada's time wherein Krishna and Balaram are running, and then the boys and calves and the cows, they're all running behind. This was a daily play boys would do in Vrindavan. Krishna and Balaram are running in the front, and all the boys are trying to touch Krishna and Balaram, and the game was who will touch Krishna and Balaram first. So all these boys are running so fast, and the calves are running so fast, but the goal was not that I want to become first. In their heart, they would be thinking, I want to run so fast that I inspire everybody else also to go and run so fast to go and touch Krishna. It was never based on, I want to be the winner. So these material feelings, you to understand that Bhakti has really no space for it. The desire for name, fame, sense gratification, and just somehow or other making myself a greatest personality. These feelings, they are not really in sync with the Bhakti principles. They can't really go hand in hand. They need to be purified, and the way to get purified in this time and age is to chant Hare Krishna mantra every day. Sincerely connect with the mantra. Krishna is there in the mantra. Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, it's all there in mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is very simple. You need to take advantage of this mantra. This is the Yuga Dharma for this age. If we can somehow connect with this mantra, establish our relationship with Krishna, eventually we can also become purified. We can then enter into these pastimes of Krishna right in our hearts. All the pastimes can happen right in front of our eyes here, because Krishna is there everywhere. He is not a distant God somewhere, I need to die and meet, or I can go in a spaceship and meet. Right? That's not our idea. I need to be able to experience now. Bhakti has to be experienced now. Everything is there, all the facilities are there. Why do we need something else to perfect it? Devotees are there, facilities are there, service opportunities are there, Hare Krishna mantra is there, Srimad Bhagavatam is there. What else I need? Everything is there for me to live 100% Krishna conscious and in Bhakti right now. So I need to be able to live like that. I need to be able to live a life where I'm Krishna conscious. Not that, this point of time I'm doing my chanting, so I'm a bhakta or a bhakten, I'm a devotee now, and this is my office time, or this is my office time, or this is my family time, this is my friend's time, this is my spa time. I can't be living like this. I need to live a life. I can be doing all these things, but I need to live it as one life. As one life which Krishna is the center. Is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. This is Krishna's calling in Gita. This is Krishna's calling in Bhagavatam. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyecha. We need to remember Krishna repeatedly. Anusmara. Smara means to remember. Anusmara is repeatedly remember. Again and again. All the time. Be Krishna conscious and perform our duties, whatever it is. That will perfect our lives. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.